Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hello and welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you're back, as always, welcome back. Today I am here with the last weekly check-in video for Summer with the Masters. Summer with the Masters is a diamond painting event that I am co-hosting this year with Anthony from Single and Placing. It's our 4th year of doing this event, and it centers around artwork that you might think of as like the classics. It's artwork that, for our purposes, we refer to as the old masters. This encompasses artwork that is from before the current copyright year and has just so many possibilities, and each year it has felt like we've been able to explore that more and more with all of you. So thank you to everyone that has been participating in this event since we started on June 1st. The end of the event is just around the corner. It wraps up on July 31st, but there is still time to join in and to enter for not only this week's giveaways, which I'll be telling you more about later, but also our grand prizes, which I am going to tell you about in just a moment as well. So for today's video though, I'm going to be going through the projects that I have completed for this event and talk about why I chose to work on them and how I decided, okay, yeah, this is a piece that I'd love to work on in diamond painting form and would love to, experience and share with you guys, and do kind of like a little series of mini post reviews on these projects and highlight some of the different companies out there and what they have to offer. So I realized that in my last weekly check-in did not talk about what our grand prizes for this event specifically are going to be. And so I wanted to mention that. And I wanted to first, just generally speaking, give a huge thank you and shout out to our sponsors for this event that have donated all the weekly and grand prizes that we've been giving away. These sponsors include Crafts with Crashly, Diamond Art Club, Diamond Dots, Diamond Artisan Shop, Diamond Painting Shop, DP with Sparklers, and Jaded Gem Shop. Lots of amazing shops in our community. I will have links to them below if you would like to check them out. And several of them are actually featured here today. Now, as far as what our grand prizes are going to be, we're going to have 2 big grand prize packs. And then there is a special giveaway that's happening over on Instagram that I want to make sure that you know about. So our first grand prize pack is going to include a $100 Jaded Gem Shop gift card, a $25 Diamond Art Club gift card, a $15 DP with Sparklers gift card, and a $15 Diamond Painting Shop gift card. Our second grand prize pack is going to include a $50 Diamond Artisan Shop gift card, a $25 Diamond Art Club gift card, a $25 DP with Sparklers gift card, a $25 Diamond Painting Shop gift card, and a $25 gift card that Anthony is donating. Now over on Instagram, by the way, we may make some tiny tweaks to that before if we need to, but I don't think we're going to need to at this point. But our last kind of, I don't know if I want to call them grand prizes necessarily, but we have this special giveaway happening over on Instagram, hosted on the Diamond Dots Instagram account. And if you saw my bonus video a week ago where I was unboxing the square drill version of the Great Wave from Diamond Dots, I announced there that Diamond Dots had come on to officially sponsor Summer with the Masters this month and is hosting a giveaway over on Instagram where they are giving away 3 of either you can choose their round or their square drill version of this artwork that I have here. So hop over to their Instagram to enter. That giveaway is ending at the end of the event along with our grand prize giveaways. So to enter for our grand prize giveaways, please make sure you fill out the event entry form in the description box of this video. As far as when we're going to be announcing those winners, we're planning to have a video go up in that first week of August. So stay tuned for that. That's where you'll hear those winners as well as my winners for my weekly giveaway today. So that's when you'll find out, but please give us just a little bit of time to draw the winners and verify the entry and your entry and everything. And we're excited to get to share those. So thanks again to our sponsors and thank you to you guys for participating. So this is the 4th weekly video that's happening. Anthony and I have been alternating on our channels every 2 weeks. One of us has put up a video. So 2 weeks ago, Anthony did a video where he, I believe, did a snapshot, a look at a brief history of Thomas Moran. So if you haven't watched that video, I think his giveaway has already closed for that week, but go and take a look if you haven't already. I've really enjoyed his Summer with the Masters videos this year. And so that was the 3rd weekly video, and today is the 4th weekly video and the last weekly video, well, every other week video for Summer with the Masters. And I thought it would be fun to just kind of go through the projects that I've worked on, and again, really talk about why I chose to work on these, and maybe give you guys some ideas for how to choose what kits you want to work on, because something I've noticed over the years with, I feel like Old Masters artwork in particular, is people will pick out artwork that they love, and then they'll get it in a really large, kit size. They get the detail or whatever that they want, but then they find themselves maybe feeling like they're losing esteem. They don't necessarily want to finish it, and so I thought I would give some ideas for ways that I try to approach what kits to work on, and maybe that'll be helpful for you, give you some ideas if you haven't had them before. I want to start with the kits that I didn't really touch on in my last Every Other Week video, where I talked about mini kits and highlighted mini kits. So I had already talked about these, which I'll cover again, but I did want to start with the 2 kits that I've completed that I didn't have completed or talk about last time. Actually, that's not exactly true, but I completed a kit that I had just kind of unboxed in that video. I'm going to start though with my annual John William Waterhouse project that I worked on this year, and that is right here. This is called the Crystal Ball, and this is from Jaded Gem Shop, and this is actually a crop of the original artwork. The original artwork actually is much taller. You get to see the bottom of her dress and a little bit more of kind of the floor in the background of the room that she is standing in. But a learning that I have taken away from past projects that I've worked on, specifically by this artist actually, is that I need to work on smaller versions of these projects if possible, because they tend to be very, very confetti heavy. And while my favorite part about working on these is seeing the finished effect and how much I love the original artwork, and specifically seeing how the subject comes into being, I find that I will easily get fatigued with working on the other parts of the project. So after it's taken me a few years to really learn this well, I decided this year, okay, let me work on a crop instead of a larger version of a project. And I'm so incredibly glad that I did. That made this kit feel much more accessible to work on. And when I was working on a section like there was back here, this was utter and pure confetti, these trees through the archway here. I just had to grit my teeth and power through because it was a lot. And I was so glad that I hadn't gotten this in a bigger size and was going to need to, spend even more time on it. This was the perfect size, 50 by 50 centimeters. It has square drills. It had 51 colors. I did not add any enhancement drills to this one. I'm very picky about what Old Masters kits I will add special drills to. I mean, you're going to see one today that does have special drills in it that I think work perfectly, but generally speaking, I don't like special drills in Old Masters kits. I feel like it, in my personal opinion, can kind of, especially if not done quite right, in my subjective opinion, can kind of distract from the original artwork and the sort of vibe of it. So why I chose to work on this piece, though, was kind of the same reason that I'm always drawn to this artist's work and have done it year after year, which is just I like the composition of this artist's work a lot. And I liked that when I did this as a crop, that the overall composition wasn't altered so much that I didn't like it, because that can happen when you crop original artwork sometimes. But I love the way that John William Waterhouse portrays his subjects and the emotions that they evoke. And that's why I just continue to work on these year after year. And I'm glad that he has quite the portfolio that I can continue to work on for years to come. But that was my main draw to this specific artwork this year. I liked the reds in it. It kind of gave some life to this piece that I loved working on. Even the details in here I thought were really neat, and I just thought this translated so well. So it's artwork that speaks to you in some way, whatever that looks like. That is, I think, a really good thing to look for when it comes to how you're choosing what kind of artwork you might want to work on as a diamond painting. So this was my John William Waterhouse piece for the year, and I'm really glad that I was able to make sure I got that one in. And then next, I unboxed this with you guys in the initial weekly check-in video that I did. And that's this piece right here. This is called bear with me here, A Person in a Small Boat on a River with Mount Fuji in the background. It's from the year 1830 by Hokusai. This is the same artist that did The Great Wave. And when I was actually reading about The Great Wave specifically, because I almost did kind of an artist highlight on Hokusai specifically, I decided not to. I'm going to save that till I feel like I can really, maybe next year, if I feel like I can really get a better grasp on this artist and kind of the complexities that are there. But one of the things that I discovered was that he had done a series of images. Oh, off the top of my head, was it 28? It was that number is probably wrong. A lot of images that feature Mount Fuji somewhere in them. Sometimes it's really prominently, sometimes it's really in the background and really faint, but it's like these different sort of studies and takes on this subject matter, and like obviously like in Japan, and it's fascinating to me. And when I saw that Diamond Artisan, who's one of our sponsors actually, that they had some of these really amazing mini size kits, and that they had this one after I'd just done some kind of research and had read up on The Great Wave, I was so intrigued by this and thought, I want to get this and work on it, because I have that connection to the artwork from having tried to research it a little bit, but also because I am very enamored with these mini kits lately. I have to be honest with you, this color palette, this solid white background, I normally would not reach for, but being able to do it in a mini size really made that feel very doable. I actually finished this in a day. I kitted up actually this morning and finished it by this evening. And that was taking several breaks because it's the weekend and my kids are home. And this was just really cool. And I think just knowing what, like sort of having that context of what this artwork is from gave me that additional connection to it. And it was a rare old master's piece that had a lot of color blocking in it. The whole background is color blocking. I did the whole background first and then went back in and filled in the blues and whatnot. And I think this was so fun. The novelty of these mini pieces is also not at all lost on me. So I am debating going through and trying out what Jaded Gem Shop had kind of come up with or popularized this idea of the mica powder method, or the mica method, where you could take mica powder, even eyeshadow, honestly, of any color. I'm going to get a light color one and brush it over the canvas, and that's going to hopefully help cover up the slight grid lines that are showing through on this giant chunk of white background or off-white background. I might try that with this one. Maybe I'll do a video on it, but I think that that'll help kind of disguise those little lines that are showing through and disguise my not perfect placement. I tried so hard, you guys, but I think that that'll be fun. But yeah, this actually also has special drills in it. It has this really subtle light blue kind of glimmer drill. It has a fine glitter coating on the top. I do think that that works really, really nicely in this kit, actually. It's very subtle. It's not like an AB that's in your face. I like this a lot. This was really fun to work on. I was very, very, very picky with the drills that I used in the background. If there was even the tiniest hint of excess or little bit sticking off the side of those drills of that white color, I pulled it out. And I had a ton that I pulled because I was beyond picky. It was ridiculous. And I still had tons left over. So I really appreciated that. And yeah, so my why for working on this particular kit was both the connection to and the draw to the original artwork and its history, as well as the size point. So I love this one. These two kits that I worked on this month were really, really enjoyable to work on, and I'm really glad that I got to work on both of those in July for the event. Now, as far as my other two event projects, like I said, you did hear me talk about these a little bit before, but I just wanted to touch on why I chose them and it's just some ideas for how you could potentially decide for yourself. So this one is Almond Blossoms by Van Gogh. My friend Rachel Ray is working on a much larger iteration of this piece, and it is amazing. It's like a really special project to her, and I'm really enjoying watching her work on it. She's taking her time with it, but of course, I mean, I'm sure you're already subscribed to Rachel Ray, but if you're not, please go check her out and watch her progress on her version of Almond Blossoms. But I knew that I was not going to ever be able to work on a large version of this kit because I knew it would have a lot of confetti, and that the subject matter just was not going to be interesting enough to me to enjoy working on a large piece of. This I liked because it came with a built-in frame that I think looks really, really good with this artwork, like really, really good. It was a really good budget point as well. But also, like, this was artwork that I really like the look of a lot, but knew myself well enough to know that I'm not going to like working on this in a large version. So the mini version was how I found a way to work on it anyway. So I really love how this turned out. It's from Make Market at Michael's, and I think it was $14.99 full price, and Michael's is always running coupons. So I think I spent less than $10 for this. It was a quick project, but I think the quality was good. I mean, I've just had this sitting on my desk and keep seeing things on top of it, and none of the drills have fallen off. I literally could just, it came with the hanger. I could just take this and hang this in my home right now, and I think it will look really good. So my why for this one was I liked that it was display ready. I liked that it was a smaller version. I think the round drills actually suit the way that this looks too. And I knew that I knew that it would turn out hopefully pretty well, and that it was a chance to work with like a color palette and artwork that, while I really enjoyed, I knew that I wasn't gonna, like I've already said, kind of be able to work on it in a large form, but I still got to enjoy working on it in some form. So that was why with this one. And then last but not least, this is a big wave off Kanagawa by Hokusai. This is from Diamond Dots and is the partial drill version with round drills as opposed to their square drill version. They actually differentiate the name between the two by calling the round drill partial a big wave off Kanagawa, and their full square drill version is the great wave. I didn't realize that till a little bit later, actually. But the reason that I really was drawn to this one and decided to work on it, there's a couple of reasons. So I would actually argue that this was my first introduction to this genre of artwork in diamond painting form. It comes from an influencer I was following on Instagram at the time, Dazzle Driller. I don't think she's active anymore, but when I first joined diamond painting on the community on Instagram, she was one of the first accounts that I followed, and this was the kit that she was working on pretty quickly after I started following her, and there was something about it that I was really enamored by, and it just kind of always stuck in the back of my brain, and was one of those artworks that I thought of when Jessica from Tiny Worlds of Wonder and I were very initially brainstorming Summer with the Masters. And this was just one of those kits, and Diamond Dots in general was one of those companies that I thought of as like, that's where you can get some old Masters artwork that's already in like a kit form that you don't have to get a custom. And I just had this nostalgic attachment to this specific, not just the artwork, but this specific version of the kit. And for a little while was hunting for it because it had been kind of discontinued. There was a weird thing that happened there, but then it ended up on the Diamond Dots website again several months after I started actively looking for it. And I was delighted to be able to pick it up and knew I wanted to work on it this summer. So this one, it was a little bit of the nostalgia factor for me. I also love the ABs that are charted in this one. And I liked that it was a partial. Getting a partial is a nice way to be able to enjoy old Masters artwork and can kind of give you a different feel for how it's going to turn out. But I just thought this was absolutely beautiful, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I think it turned out so well. So for me, this was kind of my introduction to this genre of artwork and diamond painting form, when, to be honest, this genre of artwork is not one that I generally was drawn to before. It was kind of like, oh, there's Starry Night, of course, like, we all know Van Gogh, we all know, Renoir, all these different kind of classic artists, but I didn't really necessarily see myself actively wanting to work on this genre of artwork in diamond painting form. But knowing that there really is artwork out there that does appeal to me, like the Great Wave in diamond painting form, just made that something that I was very drawn to and wanted to work on. And I actually really enjoyed every bit of working on because of that. So there's a lot of different reasons that you can choose to work on the pieces that you do. And a lot of it, I think, to take into consideration is things like what the size is, how confetti heavy you think it's going to be, whether or not you're working on the full version of the image or choosing to crop it in to focus in on something more specific in the image that's really interesting to you, having kind of like the context or history so you have that kind of buy-in for it. There's so many different things really that could draw you into these pieces and help you decide what do you want to work on and what kind of artwork do you enjoy working on in diamond painting form and not find yourself getting totally tired of. So anyway, I really am so happy with, I'm not exaggerating, I'm so happy with how all of these turned out. I might squeeze in one more mini kit before the end of the event, or this might be it, but I love all of them and I'll have them linked below if you want to go shopping for yourself. But now it's about that time for me to announce the winners from my last week's, my giveaways, not Anthony's, my giveaways from my last weekly video, and then announce what prizes I'm giving away for this week. So first I'm going to announce my winners, and let me go ahead and pull those up. The first prize that I'm going to be giving away from my last video is a $25 Diamond Art Club gift card, and the winner of this prize is going to be Dolphin Lover BH33, who is Brandy. So Brandy commented on my last video, I love the diamond dots kit that you did of the Great Wave and the blossoms from Make Market. I tend to gravitate to more detailed pictures, and so the minis do not grab my attention very well. I'm currently doing Starry Night by Diamond Dots, and it is 50.8 centimeters by 40.8 centimeters. That's probably the smallest my brain will let me go, depending on the art itself. So congratulations to Brandy. Thank you so much for entering and for sharing your thoughts. I really appreciate it. I will be in touch soon about your prize. The next prize that I have to give away is a $50 gift card to Diamond Artisan Shop. And the winner of this prize is going to be Tiny Turtles, or Lori. So Lori said, my favorite is definitely the Paint Gem Museum Tinies. So cute. I haven't tried any of their kits yet, but I've been eyeing their houseplant sets for a while now. So congratulations, Tiny Turtles. Thank you for responding. Yeah, that houseplant set is super cute. So if you love it, I definitely say to jump on it. So congrats to both of my winners from my last weekly video, and I will be in touch with you soon about your prizes. And thank you to our sponsors for donating those week's prizes. Now for this week, I have 3 prizes to give away, and I'm first going to tell you what the prizes are, then I'm going to tell you how to enter. So these have all been donated. First, I have a $25 gift card from Diamond Art Club again. I have a $15 DP with Sparklers gift card, and I have a $15 Diamond Painting Shop gift card. So for these 3 prizes, they're going to go to 3 separate winners. This giveaway is going to stay open through July 31st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to close at the same time as the event is officially ending and is the deadline for you to fill out the entry form for the grand prizes too, which is all just one event entry form. So if you filled it out for the weekly giveaways, you are good to go. But as far as how to enter for the 3 weekly prizes I'm giving away today, it includes both entering that, filling out that form. If you haven't already, if you've done it earlier in the event, either for my giveaway or for Anthony's, you're all set. You do not need to fill it out again. The second thing that I need you to do is to please comment on this video with how you decide what diamond painting you're going to work on. It doesn't have to be necessarily an old master's kit, but I'd love to hear about how you decide specifically what old master's kits to work on. But if you'd rather just talk about generally how you decide what artwork for diamond paintings to work on, that's totally fine too. So please do not include the words giveaway or prize in your comment. YouTube will automatically filter that out. And we don't want to draw on, trolls or anything like that, or people who just want to try to get prizes. So best of luck to everyone. I will announce those winners in our event wrap-up video. Just a reminder that the event is sadly ending here on July 31st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So please make sure that if you want to enter for the grand prizes, that you have filled out that event entry form. It's linked below in the description box. And just make sure you fill that out before the event ends. And I know Anthony and I are really excited to announce not only the winners, but also just to celebrate another fantastic summer with the masters. So thank you everyone for sharing your projects as we've gone along. I hope that you feel like you're able to finish strong as we close up the event here in the upcoming week and a half. Let me know how your projects are going and how you're enjoying it. Just a reminder, you do not have to finish your kit before the event ends. In fact, a lot of people will carry over their projects from year to year because we know that these old masters kits, goodness knows I know that they can end up being really big sizes and really confetti heavy, and we just want you to feel very relaxed about being able to work on this artwork and like you're just able to enjoy it as much as possible. So no pressure whatsoever, but please feel free to share your progress if you like, either on Instagram with the hashtag Summer with the Masters 2024 or in the Facebook group Diamonds and Emeralds. That will be linked below as well. And if you're on Discord, I'll have a link to my friend Sophie's Discord server where she's added a channel specifically for Summer with the Masters if you'd like to share your progress there. Social media is not required at all, but it's just one way to connect with other people, other diamond painters that are participating in the event if you'd like to. That being said, I'm going to let you go. Thank you guys for watching, and I wish the best of luck to all of you that are entering and for ending the event strong. Please subscribe to my channel as well as to Anthony's if you want to stay up to date with our diamond painting content, as well as keep an eye out for our event wrap-up video. All right, my friends, I hope you have a day and a week that's as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.